Now you know how to connect to a SQL server, you have an understanding of the tables in the database, and you also know a little bit about the data types. In this section, we're going to cover basic SQL clauses. In this one section alone, you're going to learn 90% of the necessary SQL knowledge in order to write effective SQL queries. Like I said in the intro, I'm teaching you SQL the way I wish I would have learned SQL reporting. And what I learned over the years is that you're not going to have someone to tell you, hey, I need you to write a SQL query like this. In reality, they're going to say, hey, I need to understand my data in this way. And you have to translate business terms into SQL logic. Throughout this series, I'm going to teach you all of the basics of SQL reporting, and we'll be working towards the goal of writing a very specific SQL query that's going to be answering a question from a sample client. Let's imagine that we just started working our first SQL job, and we get a message from our CEO quoting, "Tell me the top 20 states by revenue for sales to customers in the novelty shop category. I only want to include sales for states that have sold at least 100,000 units to this customer category. Please be sure that the states are ordered by revenue from largest to smallest." See, that sounds pretty difficult and it's very wordy. That seems like it could take a large amount of time, but I will tell you this is actually very simple query in SQL. After we've covered all of the basics, you'll be able to write a query that's going to provide this exact same answer to our CEO. We'll come back to this later, but I just want to give you a quick idea of what we're building towards. We're going to start with this very basic building block of SQL and slowly add on to it until we can answer this question. So with that, let's go ahead and jump into the next video, and we're going to write our first single statement.